You're listening to Chameleon Church. Biblical Antidotes for the Modern Man. With your host, Allan Aguirre.
Good morning. Good morning. You are watching the Chameleon Church Show for December 8th. Tuesday, December 8th. We are in December. Dang, this year is just about over and it's just begun. My name's Allan Aguirre. I am your... what's going on here? Do we have... yes, look at... My name's Allan Aguirre. I'm the host of your Chameleon Church Show experience. We're here on YouTube, Lamb Radio Video Network, as well as the Chameleon Church page and the Lamb Radio Video Network Facebook page. Nice to have you. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being here. And let me see if I got anything else. Yes, so I sell books for a living. They're available at planetbluemedia.com, right there on your lower third, as you can tell. And if you ever wanted to send us an email, you can email us at info@chameleonchurch.com. And we do a devotional every Monday night called Exodus to Ingathering that you can join us. Just go to the Exodus to Ingathering Facebook page. It's morning. It's early. It's cold. You are watching the Chameleon Church Show on a Tuesday morning. You know, we've been doing this for a little while now, a little over 2.5 years, and I like the idea that we don't always know what we're going to talk about. This week is Hanukkah, so there's always that we can talk about. Hanukkah is coming. I believe it begins Thursday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, something like that. What's it? Tuesday, Wednesday? I think it begins Thursday night, the 10th, and it's 8 days. Lots of groovy stuff about Hanukkah out there. We wrote about it a little bit in the Feast Unlocked book, but hey, that's the show. We're going to talk. We'll talk about Hanukkah. I'm not sure what else we're going to talk about. Let's bring in our extinguished. Did you like that? Or our distinguished co-hosts. We got. Did you like that one? Our extinguished. Where are you going? Oh my God!
I got to turn on the light. See if we can.
He's like, I want to be on your show so bad this morning. I put him on and he runs away. We've got Lenny Perata. Lenny, give us a little wave to the audience out there. I didn't put the little names down there, but we can. That's Lenny Perata. He's a vineyard pastor, has been a vineyard pastor since the 70s, something crazy like that. And then you've got the Rabbinator. Apparently you come to the Chameleon Show for me, but you stay for the Rabbinator. That's what I heard. And that's Darryl Weinberg. Did you put the names up there? Nope. All right. Darryl Weinberg has got. He's here. He's been a rep. I think you've been a rabbi for how long have you been a rabbi for? 20 years? 25 years?
I don't know. Close.
At least. Well, I've never seen his credentials. I've never even physically met the guy. So I'm just taking Mark's and his word for it. Mark's the guy that runs the Lamb Radio Video Network.
Do you want my ordination certificates?
Mark was supposed to have vetted him. Hopefully Mark did. No, I don't know. No, thank you.
Here.
Oh, jeez.
There you go.
There it is. He's got some pictures. He's got some. Yeah, I got a printer too. I got a printer too. And I can get a nice, juicy little frame. Oh, my gosh. How you guys doing this week? How you guys doing? It's Tuesday.
It is.
Yes.
It's crazy time.
It's chilly and nice. It's going to be a crisp morning up here.
Oh, yeah?
Up in the far reaches of the north.
In the north, huh?
The ring of fire, shall I say.
Ring of fire. Chilly morning in the ring of fire. Wow.
That's it.
So thank goodness we're not having any technical difficulties. I was having a lot of tech difficulties yesterday.
Martin wants to know where your certificates are.
I got your certificates right here. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. You got your certificates where the sun don't shine. You want some certificate? You talking to me? I'm the only one standing here. We can play that game all day long. Limey. I got your certificates, Martin. Martin, I got your certificates. I'll talk to you later, Martin. That's right here. Let me compose myself for the nice people, for the good people that are out there, not for those Martin types. Hey, Lenny, man, what'd you do this weekend, Lenny?
It was another exciting weekend. We had our grandson sleepover again, and boy, oh boy, ran us ragged.
Oh, you did
It's
the
gonna be a
grand
regular thing. Put it that way.
How often are they going to be coming and spend the night over your place?
Well, it looks like it's more than at least once a week now. I mean, they're the little one, the big oldest one's in front of the Zoom every day, so he needs that interaction. And the little guy who's in preschool, first thing he wants to do is he's like 6 minutes from us, 5 minutes from us where our house is. And so he usually wants us to pick him up, come on over, play. So I can get my exercise, put it that way. He's putting me through my paces, the little soccer ball, everything like that,
Yeah. That's awesome because
they're getting our influence.
Yeah.
But it's so fun to be with them. It's incredible how smart they are.
Yeah, right.
And how much they listen. Oh, they listen to everything.
Well, enjoy it as long as
I'll tell you that.
Enjoy it as long as you can, because by the time they get to 9 or 10 years old, they're not going to want to really spend too much time with you. That's what I'm finding out right now with my 10-year-old, the little punk.
Really?
They want to.
He was his grandpa's.
They want to start doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They want to start. They start trying to act like they're a little older than they really are. So I told them, you know what? From now on out, you call me El Padre. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with the Mel Gibson El Padre thing. From Stepfather 2. Yeah, that's right. I go. So you know what I did? All their Hanukkah gifts. To Julian from El Padre. To Tikva from El Padre. Yeah. El Padre.
And they give it right back to you too, don't they?
Oh man, that's why I gotta give it to them.
Oh yeah,
gotta keep these little munchkins in line, and then a little Ariel. Yeah. So, how was your weekend, Rabbinator?
It was good. We had service on Saturday, and then went and visited some people who were part of the homeschool group and had a chat with them, talking to them about the ministry. Sunday we had the Keeping Focus conference, so I was stuck on my computer for 2.5 hours.
You were on that too again?
Yeah.
Wow, it's just a little Lamb Network guy, aren't you?
Remember, people come stay to see me.
That's right, man.
That's right.
So I saw that. I did see, and congratulations to Mark and the. Hold on. Crap. And the Lamb Video Network. That it got a bunch of views. So well done. Good on you guys. You got some views. That's good.
Yeah, and Saturday, Dennis said that he had 48 people watching the service over in Kenya. So we're continuing to grow over there, which is pretty exciting. So, despite all the craziness, the message continues to go forth.
Show must go on. Yeah.
And now we're preparing for Hanukkah.
Hanukkah, that's this week. Starts Thursday night, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Hanukkah. What do you guys have any thoughts on Hanukkah this year?
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't suspect that there's going to be anything profound or there's going to be an explosion of anything. I think it's keeping within the theme of repentance, dedication. That's what Hanukkah is all about anyway. So it's, with everything that's going on, it's just a wake-up call to the body. God's just trying to get the attention of the remnant and see if he can wake them up a little.
Yeah. What do you think, Lenny? Got any thoughts on Hanukkah this year?
I do have some thoughts because, just as, going through the understanding of being the Feast of Dedication, if I want to put it in today's context, I'm going, what's important to me this year? And he gave me this phrase. He says, if they force me to replace my fear of God with a fear of them, then it's time to stand and fight. And that just brings me back to the historical perspective of what happened at Hanukkah. Just the conflict between the Maccabees and Antiochus, and Antiochus IV, who was he wasn't there for such a long time anyway. But the reality is that he wanted to put his fear. He wanted to make everything right, but he really, really wanted to make his impression on them. So he told them not to fear the Lord. And Isaiah 8 just popped up. He says, "For the Lord spoke to me with a strong hand upon me and warned me not to walk in the way of this people, saying, do not call conspiracy all that this people calls conspiracy, and do not fear what they fear, nor be in dread, but the Lord of hosts, him you shall honor as holy, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread." And just the political scene right now is one of saying, you know what? We've called you guys racist and everything for this last 4 years, but now let's just have unity. Oh, and by the way, everything that you thought and did was just a big conspiracy.
Yeah.
And if you really want to be taken care of and loved and real dreams satisfied, listen to what we have to say. And just that little voice says, fear me. The Lord says, fear me. So he just put this phrase in my heart. If they force me to replace my fear of God with the fear of them, time to stand. And that's what they're trying to do subtly and some more overtly. And today is an interesting day because today is when the Pennsylvania Supreme Court has to make their decision according to Justice Alito. And it's after this day that things will start swinging back to the Supreme Court of the United States. So I look at Hanukkah this year and I'm going, prophetically for me and for what I'm hearing from just that section of the body of Messiah, I'm going, time to stand and fight. So.
Well, and Texas apparently just filed a lawsuit against Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Michigan.
Texas?
Yep. Yeah.
Why are they doing that?
They're suing them for fraud, I guess.
For screwing everything up? Don't mess with Texas. They're like, hey, we've got plans going forward here, and you guys are mucking it all up.
Well, and that's it. So you're finally starting to see, and Ted Cruz says that he'll argue the case in court. So it's, I mean, I haven't gotten into a whole lot about that, but people are starting to wake up, and they're not going to take this lying down. Sidney Powell is saying that the U.S. election is no better than a third world. I mean, we've talked about this.
Yeah.
We've talked about the comparisons between what happened in this election in Guatemala, but I mean, it's it's all coming out, and how the Dominion voting machines are tied into the internet, and the it's actually weighting the ballots and stuff like that. I mean, it's just, this thing was stolen outright, and the people aren't going to accept that.
I have liberal friends because I was in the music industry. Well, because I was in the Christian music industry. The majority of the liberals that I know come from the Christian music industry, which is pretty
Sad.
Oh man, it's so bad. It's horrible. But anyway, the things these guys are posting, they full on believe. They're so convinced, and they completely believe that and it's not even aimed at me personally, right? But they're absolutely completely convinced that anything regarding an election fraud is like the most ludicrous conspiracy theory going out there. And they're like, what is it with you people with the, Pizzagate and the Hunter Biden computer and, and election fraud and election stealing and what was that, Wayfair? I mean, they don't believe any of that stuff is going on, and it's kind of like really kind of weird that they don't believe any of that's going on.
The address of the bubble, because I want to move in there too.
It's amazing. They absolutely. So we'll take Wayfair and we'll take Pizzagate off the table. We'll take even Hunter's laptop off the table. They do not believe, or the fact that we believe that there's been that there's been the smallest hint of impropriety of what's the word there? The smallest hint of anything irregular happening with an election, they think we're absolutely freaking nuts. It's just like, how can you look at this and think that everything's okay?
Because the talking heads at the mainstream media are shouting so loud.
Well, okay, then I have a question for you then. Since you think you're all smart and everything, Mr. Rabbinator, these people are pretty intelligent. Why are they so stupid? What's going on? It's, what I'm saying? Some of these people are pretty intelligent. I mean, I will give them that. They're intelligent human beings. But when it comes to this or matters like this, they're like,
God said that he would send a strong delusion. And if they're not
easy,
if they're not going to align their lives with him, when we had our Saturday night meeting, we were sitting around the table. We had the couple and his mom was there. And, she's looking at me and she says, no, it's all about grace and love.
Wow.
We don't need to do the commandments. And I'm just looking, and she could see the look on my face. I suck at poker. And she said, I don't have a poker face, but I got a poker punch. She says, well, I can tell you don't agree with me. And, I've got I've got like 27 different things that I want to say all at once, because I've had these discussions so many times. And if people haven't aligned their lives with God up until now, when all this comes, they're not going to see that either.
That was the word that I gave live October of last year. Yeah, see, there is a common thread with all these people. They don't believe in the spiritual gifts for today. None of them, even if they do believe them, none of them practice or exercise or walk in any spiritual gifts. There's that commonality among them all. So they have absolutely nothing on their Christian resume regarding the supernatural or the spiritual. Not a lick of it. That's a massive commonality with these people. The other commonality is they're marginal. They're marginal believers. It's more of a morality play than a spiritual transformation deal. So, based on my Bible, the main vein with all these people is they're walking entirely in the flesh. They reason in the flesh. They can't reason in the spirit because they don't believe in that stuff, that prophetic stuff. That's the biggest commonality with all these people. They're secular. They're humanists. They're secular humanists. They're liberals. They're progressives. And we're nuts because we think, now, okay, we're going to take UFOs off the table. We're going to take stargates and portals off the table. Let's take prophecy off the table. We're going to take everything that's supernatural or otherworldly off the table. We're going to take pedophilia and trafficking off the table. We're going to take all that stuff that makes us uncomfortable off the table. We're going to take parties with celebrities and politicians imitating cannibalism and sex with necrophilia and stuff like that. We're going to take all that off the table. And we're just going to leave, there's a voting irregularity going on here. Wait a second. Are you counting votes without allowing the other side to look in on your doings? They've proven that that's happened, haven't they? Haven't they proven that they were counting votes after saying they had stopped counting votes and after kicking out all the moderators? That's voting irregularity. That's fraud. That's illegal. How can you say that hasn't happened?
Allan, did you hear about the machine in Pennsylvania? They took an equal number of ballots, both for Biden and for Trump. They ran it, and standing right there, 27% more came out for Biden.
Right. So apparently they've adjusted these machines. Right. Yeah. So apparently they've adjusted. They've adjusted these. Aren't they called Legion? What do they call these machines? It's some demonic word, isn't it? Dominion. Yes. There we go. Oh, the word Dominion. That's a demonic word. There you go. All you Dominion is. Anyway, and isn't it like less than 1%? Just a tiny little fraction for Trump and a little over 1% fraction for Biden or something like that. So it's just barely a tiny little, my Bible said God hates unbalanced weighted scales. My Bible says he hates that. He hates what you've done so much that even if you do steal this election, he's going to ream you afterward. He hates this stuff. Gosh. All right. Now I'm what did you say? He triggers himself. Yeah. I saw that, Lenny. So these liberal people that I know are convinced of this.
One of the states too.
Can you repeat that? What'd you say, Lenny?
I said it was some podunk county in one of the backwoods of Pennsylvania that they took this random test.
Yeah, I saw that. So anyway, I don't understand how these people can look at that and go, "Oh no, everything's okay, everything's all right, nothing's been done, nothing's wrong, no, nothing illegal has happened," and you're out of your stinking mind for thinking we've done this.
It's because the onslaught of tearing down Trump and Trump supporters, the deplorables, and everything else has been going on so steadily for 5 years now that it's all white noise now. It doesn't matter what's said. There's no discourse anymore. There's no come let us reason together. It's all we've got our opinion. And I had one guy, I've told this many times, up in my congregation in Peterborough, And he always used to say about other people that he says, I've already made up my mind. Don't confuse me with the facts.
Yeah.
And that's the world that we live in now.
Did you say, come let us, what did you say?
Come, let us reason together.
Let us reason together.
I thought so. Yeah, don't confuse me with the facts. But see, here's the thing. So if we say, hey, wait a second, I think there's something weird going on here. Yeah, right? We're these whacked out conspiracy theorists, unhinged, living in fear. I mean, I wrote a whole thing about it. I actually copied and pasted information from a liberal and posted on my wall, basically reminding us this is what they think about us.
Yeah.
But they can say Russia collusion. Trump stole the election with Russia. They can do all that stuff all day long, and it's okay. You know, I'm not in second grade. I will punch you in the throat. How come it's okay for them to say that, but it's not okay for us to say that? What is this? Is this like elementary school? It's like the weirdest thing. Okay, I'm done triggering myself. I'm gonna go to my happy place. Let's see, this is when I pull out like a stuffed animal or something.
It's nothing new.
Drool a little.
Do you need a safe place?
I need a safe place right now. That's what I said. This is when I pull out a stuffed animal and I start petting it or something. I sold a stuffed chameleon from my granddaughter. I think she must have stolen it back from me. Oh, look at the Rabinator has his safe. His safe. What is it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What are you doing with that in your office?
That's cool. Got a Maple Leaf sweater.
What are they called? Those animals they take on planes that help comfort people. What are those things called? Emotional. That's what that is. But it's a stuffed animal.
Yeah, apparently some woman tried to get on with like a little pig and couldn't do that. Little potbelly pig.
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with, well, I know what's wrong with humans. I do. Okay, hey man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Wow, we still got a long way to go.
Don't they know that those aren't kosher? Like, no wonder she couldn't get on the plane with it.
I need more coffee. All right. Let's give these people pay really good money to come here every Tuesday morning to watch us.
I'm telling you.
I'm not seeing any of it, but it all goes to Mark, doesn't it? Where's Mark? Mark should come on here right now. Mark, come on. Come on in here, Mark.
Yeah.
We want to know what you're doing with all this money. We want to know what color the interior of your new plane is.
Yeah. So do you have a Hanukkah party planned this week?
You know, we're not going to actually party this week. We are going to have, so the kids are going to their dad's this weekend. So we're going to do a big old Hanukkah shindig on Friday night. I think on Friday night for Shabbat. And, we'll let the kids have the kids. And then on next week, on this last day, we're going to remember my daughter who's divorced, single mom of 3. You guys, I'm sure, heard the story about that when that happened. Mm-hmm. Her goal in 2020 was to buy a house with her own money, and she accomplished that task. And so we've helped her move in there the last couple months. So next week she's throwing a Hanukkah party at her new house. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So we're all going to go down there next week, Thursday, the last day. I believe it's the 16th, right? Something like that.
Where is she?
5, 6, 7, 8, or whatever it is. She's down the mountain from us, down in Provo. She's down in the Provo area. So yeah, she moved down there because that's where she ended up getting work, and that's where the kids go to school, down in that area. So it made sense for her to move down the mountain than to traverse the mountain. And so we're going to go to her house and have a Hanukkah shindig at her place. And we normally invite non-believers and secular people and pagans and Buddhists and LDS and stuff like that to our gatherings. Yeah. That's how we roll. We've been doing it. We've been rolling like that since the 80s. Isn't that right, Lenny?
Yep.
We used to have male prostitutes stay with us. Remember that? I don't know if you remember that. But yeah. That's how we've always rolled. So anyway, we'll be doing that next week. But yeah.
Do any of the Mormons show up?
Yeah, they do, actually. Yeah.
Cool.
We've had, both, practicing LDS as well as ex-LDS, Those are usually the Buddhists. A lot of Mormons leave LDS and turn Buddhists for some insane reason, but that's what they do.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when they leave LDS, they usually go to Buddhism or spiritualism, like crazy demonic spiritualism. Yeah.
Alex,
you got to remember,
close girl.
the Mormons,
Park City High School turned Buddhist.
yeah, the LDS are absolutely fascinated with the occult. I mean, talking to the dead. You should see what they do at Christmas at the cemeteries. It is not good. They will actually go to the cemeteries during Christmas to commune with their dead. It's not good. And there's lines. You know how people go looking at Christmas lights, and there's lines of cars cruising neighborhoods for Christmas lights. There's lines of cars cruising in and out of cemeteries. Am I right, Lenny?
Well, that's their biggest holiday. Yep, biggest holiday for the Mormons is Halloween.
Yeah, they're absolutely fascinated with the occult and death. It's mind-blowing.
Well, I mean, it's a Masonic religion, so sure, you can become a god.
Yeah. So we have a lot of them go to Buddhism or straight up occult. Yeah.
Well,
And
I mean, Mormonism is the occult with a dress on. I mean, it's
right. So we open our doors to them, to that. Come on in. We're going to tell you about our Jesus. Let me tell you a little bit about our Jesus. You know those stars of David you have on your rooftops on Christmas because you think that's the star the wise man followed to come to Jesus in his little manger? Yeah, let me tell you about that. Yeah. Yeah. It's fascinating to me. For a guy like me, it's pretty fascinating. It's because it's like, yeah, it's.
I'm just going to have a bunch of Pentecostals come down to ours.
Really?
That should be
Pentecostals?
wild enough.
You fraternize with Pentecostals? What the hell's wrong with you, dude?
I do. Jamaican ones too.
Christmas party. You know, if you invite me to your Christmas party, I'll go to it. I will go to your Christmas party. I do.
Mhm.
I will go to your Christmas party because, again, in the same way we're inviting them into our home, and we'll go to theirs. I know who I am. I know where I stand. Unlike most Christians, when I got saved, the church I got saved at taught and didn't observe Christmas or Easter. So for the most part, my whole Christianity, I haven't really celebrated Christmas and Easter. There's been a couple times, throughout throughout those 40 years where I remember one time I told the kids, let's freak out your mom and go get a Christmas tree. And we did. And when she came home, we had a Christmas tree set up. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. If I set up, I mean, I've only set up a Christmas tree maybe once or twice in 40 years. And it's to mess with my Christian friends because they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? Why does that make you all weird when you've got like 5 in your house? In Texas, I have friends in Texas where Christmas throws up in their house. It's messy. Yeah. But no, we don't really do that. So here's what we would do. And we've done this for years. We will approach Christmas like Thanksgiving. And what do I mean by that? So in Dallas, there's a lot of people in Dallas, a lot of young adults that go to like a Wycliffe school or to Christ for the Nations seminary, stuff like that. And they're in town away from family, and they're Christians, and so it impacts them. You know, they're like, "Oh, I'm not with mom and dad, and it's Christmas," and and they get all sad and lonely and depressed, and who knows what. I don't know. I've never understood that, but so what we would do is on Christmas Day we would have this huge like Thanksgiving feast, Christmas Day feast, right? Huge. Turkey, all the trimmings, and we would invite these people. We would invite these young families or these young adults that are home alone, that are, not with family in Dallas during Christmas, and we'd invite them. And we'd have this huge, we're talking, of course we don't have a tree and lights and ornaments and all that stuff, but we would have our Hanukkah stuff up. But we would throw that, we would bless them like that. We would have this huge Christmas Day thing, and we would invite family too, because we have all of our family are Christians except for my mom and dad. They've actually have come to the Hebrew roots, whatever you want to call it, which is bizarre because it happened. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, my in-laws are straight up Christians, and so they do the whole Christmas thing. So they don't understand why we do what we do. But anyway, so they'll come. And then, of course, we'll give a little spiel. Jesus wasn't born on December 25th. This is when he was born. But here's why we do what we do. Because it's a ministry. It's an outreach ministry to all these people that are without family. And then we'll have, we would do like a blue elephant gift exchange thing. We'd party. We'd have a good old party. They would feel blessed. And so that's how we would serve them like that. It's the same thing we do like Thanksgiving in Dallas. We'd go pick up the homeless people. We'd drive around in vans, pick up homeless people, bring them to the church, and give them an amazing Thanksgiving meal. And this is just how we've always done things. So to answer the question about Christmas. Thanks, Allan. You just confused me. Mm-hmm. Hey, Smiley, how did I confuse you? Did I confuse you because I would go to a person's Christmas party?
Pagan you.
I've done worse than that. I get to the point where my clothes are fringed, burned, or from hell's fire, where my clothes are singed, or I smell like fire. Yeah, that's how close I get to save some. Yeah, I build relationships. It's called relationship building, So I had a guy. So here's an example. I have a friend here in town, non-believer. Well, he's a Catholic. And we have a friendship. We've built a relationship in the last few years, and I remember when my Facebook came out, and he was asking how, hey, so what's about this book that you wrote? And I told him, and when I said, Jesus, was Jewish and his disciples and and he was like, wait, what? First time in my life I've heard about it. I've heard about people not knowing that Jesus was Jewish or the disciples were Jewish, and here was somebody standing in front of me going, what did you just say? And I was like, oh my God, I found one. He didn't know or had never been taught that Jesus and the disciples were Jews. That's the weirdest thing. Talk about, man, that's worse than what's her name thinking she's an American Indian, Native American. You know what I'm saying? Or that's worse than, what's her name thinking she's black. Harris, this is bizarre. To me, this is absolutely bizarre. And, but anyway, we've become really good friends, and we had lunch the other day, and he was like, so yeah, it's just relationship. Break them down little by little as the years go by, Then they ask the right question. Then you give them the answers. See? You just don't walk up to a stranger and assault them with, do you know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? If you died right now, would you know that you were going to heaven? Dude, I popped that guy I punched that guy. Get away from this person. That's assault. You can't do that. You don't do that.
Those are the early days with the chick track.
Exactly. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'll smack you. I'll smack that track out of your hand, and then I'll smack you. Don't do that around me. I will lose it on you. Don't do that around me.
I think I still have a stack of them somewhere. I love it.
Yeah, don't do that around me. No, man, it's about relationship, you know? Jesus didn't do it like that. I go with the Jesus model, and he didn't do that. He went to the sinner's house and he broke bread. He went to their Christmas parties, and there was male and female prostitutes there.
Yeah, I know a guy. He's Jewish, but he's a believer. Shiloh days. He's a single guy, very intelligent. He still rides the bus in San Francisco 2 hours a day and just passes out chick tracks.
Oh,
Well, you know, there's that movie.
San Francisco needs it.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's that Holy Ghost movie. Did you guys see that Holy Ghost movie? I love it. It's when they show that Todd guy with the dreads, where he's in Israel, and they get him into the Muslim underneath the Temple Mount Muslim mosque. Did you guys see that movie? The Holy Ghost movie? Oh, come on.
Probably a long time ago.
Okay. Well, it's not that long. It's only like 5 years old or 4 years old. Anyway, you need to check it out. So Todd Bentley is his name, right? He goes just the Todd Bentley segment, which is, you know, maybe 10 minutes long, is amazing. He shows up. He's around the Jaffa Gate, and he meets an Arab who has his leg, right, needs healing. So he prays for the guy's leg, heals it on the spot. And then he goes to go meet with somebody that might be able to get him into the Temple Mount Mosque. And he's talking to them, and one of the guys in that house needs healing. So he heals them. And then so because that healing occurred, they're willing to work with him. So he goes, well, we do know a man. There is one guy that could do this. If anyone can do it, we have a friend that could get you into this mosque. So they go to meet him, and guess what? It's the guy from the day before who was healed with the leg. It's just phenomenal. Instantaneous. Oh my gosh. And he's in. Well, the beginning of that movie starts here in Salt Lake City with a friend of mine, Tom. You know Tommy Green, Lenny. Yeah. So that the movie starts with Tommy Green. They're in Salt Lake.
Leader, him and his wife.
Yeah, so they're down in Salt Lake. Tommy Green from a band called Sleeping Giant. So anyway, the movie starts with him down in front of the temple here in Salt Lake, and there's some old evangelical guy out there preaching, doing the whole fire and brimstone's got his table set up, and they approach the guy and they ask him, how long have you been doing this? The guy's been doing that for like 20 years. Do you have any, or 30 years, some crazy amount of time. And they asked him, have you had any converts? Have you had any? No. Well, of course not, man. They're out there for 3 hours and they lay hands on like 4 different people in front of this guy within a matter of hours because it's a different approach. See? Yeah. Anyway, it's a good little thing.
Yeah, Darren Wilson produced that out of Bethel, right? Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's called it's a series of movies. It's like they have multiple series of movies.
Right. They did it. Yeah. He originally was from Bethel, and they put all the money behind it with Chris Vallotton and incredible. Yeah. I remember seeing that. I have a couple of them, I think.
Yeah. And they go to like, where's that place in India on that river? And they go into one of their temples. Yeah. It's
the Ganges.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. See, that's you know, most Christians don't have any reference for that because they've been told to stay away from that. You know, in the same way, the Christians have been told not to stay away from astronomy. Don't look at the sky, whereas that's the first place Jesus tells you to look. That's the first place Jesus tells you to look is the last place Christians tell you to look. So you never want to do what Christianity tells you for the most part. In the same way, they tell you to stay away from that. They tell you, you know, and so that's why they're ignorant, and that's why they have no power or authority over demons or the occult. Now, back to Hanukkah. Hey, you guys talk among yourselves. I'm out of Joe here, man. And if I'm going to get through the next 30 minutes, I'm going to need another infusion.
Yeah, we understand that.
So,
Definitely.
do you guys want me to pull myself out, or do you guys want to look at my awesome JPEG? I'm gonna let you guys look at my JPEG.
Yeah, well, I mean, Alan's been envying mine for so long that we should probably just let him show his there. So, what are you doing for Hanukkah, Lenny?
We're just quiet at home. Everything's we just have our daughter. She doesn't celebrate it with it. We give them gifts, but it's just quiet up here. Since we moved up here, we don't have that connection. It's online for me. So we haven't been able to meet very many people. So it's a interesting time up here because I'm going to be starting a series real soon. I've already got about 20 people signed up. I'm going to do Daniel. Most of them are down with my family. It's interesting, down in Los Angeles, and a bunch of people, about 3 or 4 people back east, and a lot of people are trying to sign up. And Alan's trying to help me with it right now because I'm figuring what kind of platform should I use, because more and more people want to sign up just to get it out, or should I just record it and put it on YouTube? So I was gonna start that off right in Hanukkah, but I think I'm gonna wait till after the holidays now.
You can do it on the Lamb Network here.
I was thinking about that. Maybe that I should. So
talk to Mark about it.
Maybe I'll talk to Mark. I'll talk to Mark about it and ask him what it would be to set it up. Huh.
You too, sweetie. Please be careful out there.
I mean, you'll obviously have to run the gauntlet and,
right,
fire walk barefoot on coals and stuff like that. But after that, it's fine. I mean,
holy crap! What the heck are you guys talking about?
how to become a member of the Lamb Network?
Oh man, no thanks. Tap out.
There you go.
Yeah. Did you guys hear me yelling? Okay, honey. Have a good day.
Yep. Were you saying that to your stuffy?
To my furry, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a stuffed animal over here in the corner.
There you go.
Does Christina know you talk about her like that? So it's all going to be online.
I have control. Yeah. I'll go in there, master delete. I'll bring a freaking magnet and erase all those tapes. Remember those? Bulk eraser?
There you go. So,
all right. Well,
scary thoughts. Here's a scary thought.
Oh no! Here we go with the fear.
We're fighting to the end because I still believe that Trump's going to pull it out. But I was posed with a question in my heart: if Biden gets there, what does that mean? What does that mean?
That's gonna suck.
It's gonna really suck. But it puts everything in place too. I go, could you only raise up Cyrus just to get the whole Islamic Israeli agreement to happen? And then all of a sudden this loser gets in there and has to bring what's needed with the financial collapse on America. And I'm going, oh no, that's just a thought. Because that has to happen. There has to be a shakeup worldwide financially. That's going to be hard on everybody. We know.
Right. So speaking of,
go ahead.
Speaking of that shakeup, financial shakeup, and I kind of brought this up a little bit last night because it's, while you're talking, I'm just kind of looking at some news items here. And yes, CNBC, yes, your boss can fire you if you refuse to get a COVID vaccine. I mean, shouldn't this be part of that same conspiracy, except liberal media is posting this information?
Yep.
there are some people out there that won't take it, and they'll be fired. Apparently, I mean, it can come to the point. It can get to the point and become a thing where, if you're not vaccinated, you will not be allowed to be employed. That's like a real thing, potentially on the horizon.
You won't be able to fly.
Yeah, that we've talked about that for years.
I guess we'll just have to ask one of these televangelists for their jet then. Can we do that?
Their doctrine's going everywhere. The NASDAQ, unless you have freedom of gender and certain hiring principles, you can't belong to the NASDAQ. Your company will not be part of it. That's scary. Every little section is being exposed right now and set up for, I don't want to even call it socialism. It's a takeover of what, if we look at it, it's setting up right now. We are the church needs to, again, get the cry of Maranatha. They really do have to get that in their heart. And they're not there. They just don't want it.
They don't.
And it's like,
They don't want
I've been there and done that. Sorry. It's not just another event. This is what's facing us right now.
Well,
and it's joy. It's like what you
already
said, Alan. A glorious time for us. It's nothing to be afraid of.
Well, I've already told the Lord, I said, well, if I'm going to go to Kenya, and I still believe that's part of the action, I said, how are we going to do it without the vaccine? Because I'm not taking it. So this is going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
But then again, after Biden goes to jail or Gitmo or something like that, then who knows where this is going to go? Maybe Trump launches a preemptive strike against China. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen.
No. And then Iran's after 4 years, now they're back in the news.
Oh, but Israel's taking out all their guys right now.
Yeah.
There was an article in the Daily Mail the other day about the Mossad and how it's, been assassinating people for all these years. And that's what spooks do. That's what happens in the intelligence world. I mean, didn't anybody see The Bourne Identity?
I did.
So all four of them.
What was that? There's whacked out Torah people out there. Oh my God. Anyway, they were talking about how something about they were trying to destroy some careers out there last couple of years. I was on their list. It's pretty funny. But they were saying, well, he's a CIA agent. It's like, not me. Some other guy. They were calling some other guy a CIA agent. And I go, well, wait a second. You're saying that as if it was a bad thing. Because apparently you can't be a real true Torah believer in Jesus, or you really can't be a believer and be a CIA agent. And I'm like, you should tell Joshua and Caleb that.
Yeah.
These people are so stupid.
Or Salmon.
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one who married Rahab?
Yeah, whoever did, yeah. It's just crazy the way these people think.
It was one. So not only was he a spy, but he married a prostitute who ended up becoming part of the Messianic line. But no, you're right. You can't be in intelligence and counterintelligence if you're a believer.
Nope.
Well, even the other day, the whole turn the other cheek. How many people have you heard misinterpreting that one?
Yeah.
It's like, well, if someone slaps you on one cheek, turn the other, because nobody understands that in Roman society it was illegal for a soldier to slap you on both cheeks. So when he whipped you on one, you offered the other one, said, "Go ahead, I dare you." get your butt thrown in jail. People think that it's just rolling over and playing doormat. It actually helps to.
You hear the guy the other night on the debate between Loeffler and what's his name? Forney? I can't remember his name. He
debate.
said, he's a pastor. He goes, I'm a pastor, and we have to get rid of the military and defund the police because God hates war and God does not like our military. She went off on him on that and said, you know what? You don't know your scriptures. And boy, it was not pretty. But this is what this guy's running on the platform in Georgia to try to beat her.
Wow. Send some bad guys, some bad hombres over to his house around 2 a.m. Let's see what he does. Call 911.
How many of the city councilors that have been all about defunding the police are the first ones to call 911 when when they hear a can being kicked down the street or something like that?
Yeah, or when Antifa or BLM were walking down the street towards their house.
Yeah,
they called 911.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service. Please check your local listings and dial again.
Have you bowed the knee? I've got a burglar in my house. Have you taken a knee? All right, we gotta go somewhere else with this because I'm just gonna get. You guys. I know what you're trying to do. You guys are trying to trigger me. You guys are trying to trigger me again.
One doesn't have to try too hard.
I might need to make a tagline up there. One of your Allanisms. Trading one wacky thing for another.
Yeah.
When you coined that, that's a good one.
Don't trigger me instead of don't tread on me. Okay, look at this Bob guy. Bob, you crack me up. Poor guy's like lamenting that he's watching his wife eat pork. And then he goes, my wife just dropped her entire plate of sausage on the lobby floor. That's funny, Bob. Bob, you better be on your knees picking that crap up for your wife right now. Don't be standing down, looking down at her, picking it up, smirking at her. Let me get that for you, honey. And you get down on your knees and you pick that pork up off the floor for her. I'm serious. I can't even imagine. Oh my gosh. I know this is the case because I see it all the time. The amount of people that one spouse is pro Torah and the other one isn't. I remember. We all know about. My husband's a Christian and I'm not, or I'm a Christian and my wife's not, or whatever. Now it's like the whole Torah thing. I can't even imagine. That the being observant and my significant other not. That'd be crazy. Never, Bob. You need to get down and pick up that pork, man. Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. That's got to be difficult. I've heard some horror stories about people like going on vacation and staying in the hotel room because it's the Sabbath while their husband and kids are out and about enjoying themselves, and it's like, oh, that's not what this is about. Well, they went to the zoo. I can't go to the zoo. It's the Shabbat. Really? That's weird. To me, that's weird. Go to the zoo. I can't go to my granddaughter's birthday party because it's on the Sabbath. Go to your granddaughter's birthday party. How stupid are these people? Why do they make it so weird? Don't make it weird, Bob. Pick up the pork, Bob. Oh my gosh. Hey, this was a horrible last hour, wasn't it? Kind of lacking a bunch of, I don't know. We need some really bad things to happen out there in the world so we can talk about them. We pretty much have gone through our list of conspiracy theories, politics.
We haven't hit the alien. What about the alien or the obelisk? Talk to us about the obelisk. It's showing up everywhere, even in toilets.
We bring Lenny onto the show to help us out, and we just go downhill.
That's right.
Oh man, I'm in that boat. Hugs every morning with his eggs. Daughter loves bacon. Sorry, Dina. He does. God does have a sense of humor, Bob. Yeah, that sucks. You know, but see, but this is also addressed in the New Testament, right? Paul talks about how if there's one of you is unbeliever and the other one's a believer, that you sanctify the other. You just gotta model Jesus to them. Hard. Man, it'd be rough. It'd be tough. Or we could all just stay single.
Well, some are called.
Oh yeah, sure.
I know. I'm not. I don't have a celibate bone in my body. That's just the truth.
Some are. Some make themselves eunuchs for the kingdom. Isn't that the verse Origin used to castrate himself?
Ouch.
I'm not that guy either.
No.
I think I'll try celibacy before I try that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to try either of them. Thank you. Thank you. No.
No. That's not going to work.
Yeah, turkey bacon's. What the heck is that? Who's making noises over there? Hey, I'm the one that makes the noises, people. Okay.
Oh, Tinkerbell's here.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, turkey bacon, not so much.
My ring. That was my ring. Somebody was coming to the front door. So.
Oh. This is what I think about turkey bacon.
Oh, we love turkey bacon here.
Yeah, beef bacon is what's going on there, Bob. I don't like turkey bacon. I'll take the beef bacon.
That's not easy to find, though. You pretty much got to make that your own.
Yeah, we can. Walmart carries it.
They do? I don't know if they do here.
I always
Midway, that little store, that health food store, go in the back road. They got that lamb bacon. It was really good.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Lamb bacon.
I won't be eating lamb bacon. I don't eat lamb. Why would I eat? It's bacon.
You don't eat lamb?
No, not that guy.
Why
American. What's that?
Why would you eat lamb? You can't now. You can't come to the Passover.
Yeah, I can. I don't like it.
Oh, we need to pray for you, man. You need deliverance.
Yeah. Good luck. Well, sorry. What's that?
When I had my meat business, I mean, lamb, that was treat night. I could grab steak all day long, but lamb was treat night. Oh, yeah. All right. So when I come, I guess we'll have to do something else at your place.
Yeah, we won't be. You can do lamb with my wife and son. You can do lamb with my family. I'll just watch.
Yeah. Okay.
So what else? Hanukkah. Can you believe it's? I think it's been kind of quiet the last couple 2 or 3 weeks on here, and I think the reason being is because it's the calm before the storm. You know what's going to happen? It always happens, and this time it's going to be even more intense. Have you ever noticed? I'm sure you have. Hopefully, you have that. For some reason, the world waits for January to come around for them to do something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And so because I've always wondered, okay, here we are. It's January. Who's going to do what? Last year, it was a little bit more underground what they did, and it didn't really hit the mainstream till like February or so, and then they hit us in March. But I think there's a possibility that it's quiet because they're just waiting for this new year to come around, besides the election thing, to do something really stupid.
Well, you've got the Electoral College that's
I don't know.
supposed to meet on what, the 14th?
Yeah, next week. Next
So
week.
that's next week. But if it's already been said that the 14th is not set in stone and that can be overruled, especially if they determine that there's massive fraud. And now you have Giuliani, who's in the hospital with COVID.
Yep.
What'd you say about Giuliani?
And Ted Cruz volunteered to go before the Supreme Court to represent them. And the guy is brilliant. He's a really good constitutional lawyer. And he said he'll take that case. So it seems like they're prepping him right now for him to make that much noise on the news. He wasn't pushing himself in that position as something that I think he was behind the scenes being groomed for anyway. Because you'd need someone who could really be articulate like that, because he's gone before the Supreme Court 5 or 6 other times.
But I don't get Ted Cruz because Heidi is a member of the CFR. She is a vice president with Goldman Sachs. So which side is he really playing on?
What did you say about Giuliani?
Well, most politicians are everywhere anyway, and they're not Torah observant when it comes to their politics. It's not either one or the other. It seems like their hands are into everything and anything, but hopefully he's been specific enough to say that he's on the side of really trying to establish that kind of truth and fact.
See, and this is where it's so hard to figure out who represents what. And it was in the movie Dune, or the book Dune, which said, beware of the plans within the plans within the plans. And that's, I think, what's really going on right now, is that there's all this information that's just coming out. I mean, it's like a particle accelerator almost. It's like boom, 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 and we're all just...
It's crazy.
Who do you know who to believe anymore? I mean,
Right.
and this is where it is so incumbent upon us to connect with the Holy Spirit and let him lead.
That's
because
exactly right.
He is the Spirit of truth, and he will lead us into all truth, and we can kind of sort through that.
But that's the problem. Most of these people, and we've been talking about that, and I talked about that on Friday. On Friday, I did I felt the Lord told me to do something, and I did it, and I spoke it, and it was all about the importance of your aligning with the spirit of prophecy, because without that alignment, I'm not quite sure what it is that you've got going on. Good intentions and, morality. No, it's not about any of that. It's about God's will. And you can't do God's will unless you're walking in the Spirit and thinking in the Spirit. And you can't do that if you don't believe in that stuff. But what did you say about Giuliani?
He's in the hospital with COVID.
That sucks.
Yeah, he's 76 or something like that.
Yeah. I don't want to get COVID. I don't want to get cancer. I don't want to get any of that crap. I don't. No.
No, I want to go with a meteor.
Meteor.
Yeah.
You've thought about that?
Briefly.
I'd like to be like old, 90s, in my sleep. You just go, good night, honey. Whoa!
That would be nice.
And then all of a sudden you're there. That's the way to do it, man. God have mercy on me.
Now I'm not counting on an easy exit.
No?
I always said
Don't
I
have-
shouldn't live in the ring of fire, and here I am.
Where's my guitar?
Stay off the coast, man.
Mine is obsession, not my addiction. There's nothing romantic about martyrism.
Nope. Because usually they try to make it as painful as possible on the way out.
I'm not good with pain.
No.
Hey, we need to change the subject immediately.
Starting to freak all these people out. And if they get freaked out,
Screw them. What about me? I've seen it.
so we have Hanukkah.
Oh yeah, Hanukkah. Is it too early for a beer? Not at all, Bob. Pick up the pork off the frickin' floor, Bob, for your wife, and then you can have yourself a beer after you wash your hands.
Well, he's trapped in Wyoming right now, so
That's not that far from me.
he needs a lot of beer.
That's not far. Hours away, Bob. Depending, you could be as close as an hour away if you're in Evanston.
Jane,
Cheyenne? Yeah, that's not near me.
however you call it.
That's not near me. Yeah. Bob, pick up that pork off the ground, bless your wife, honor her, pick up that pork, and then go have yourself a beer.
Well, that
Never. He says. He's saying, Bob's not going to pick up that pork.
Never.
I can't help you, Bob. I've told you multiple times to pick up the pork. Oh, man. You drive by me all the time. Okay, Bob, if you're going to drive by, you got to stop. We got to get together and have a beer. All righty. Dang, that was a painful hour.
And there's Aspen
No,
reaching in at the last moment.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe it's dull. There's a lull, not dull. There's a lull.
Yeah.
There's a lull happening because, and so I'm going to make sure we get that word out. Look, you need to prepare yourself financially, physically, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. Buy all my books right now. So you'll have something to read when they pull the plug on everything.
I'm good.
He's got a JPEG back there.
Yep.
See my JPEG? It's all out of focus over here. Depth of field. Got some Hanukkah.
And even your books on my JPEG.
That's awesome. Look at that, man. That's an awesome looking calendar there, Lenny.
Oh, the best.
You know, if you had a stateside address,
Your life for
I
next
could
year.
probably send you one of those, but it'll cost me 5 times it cost me to make it to ship it to you.
What's that?
The new calendar we have starts January 1st. The new calendar. So cool. Perfect size. All calendar, month view, weekly view, 66 week. All the feast dates, the whole shebang right here, ready to go. Available at planetbluemedia.com.
Well,
But-
if the border ever opens up, then
Yeah.
I'll just set up a mailbox over and cross the border.
Yep. I need to figure out. I mean, I need to find somebody in the UK. I need to find a printing company in the UK to get my stuff printed. But then I need somebody to manage it. Then at that point, someone that can house it and ship it from the UK to save all these UK people money. But I don't know anybody in the UK that would do that. Martin. Martin.
Well, he's in Wales, so
Yes, he is. Same difference.
yeah. Does that even count? Like, I don't know.
He's English. He's an Englishman in Wales. He's gone though, isn't he? I haven't seen his. He hasn't commented in a long time.
Yeah, I think he fell asleep. It's Martin Day again.
You can't say that. I didn't say it, Martin. He did it. I didn't do it. He did. Where is he? He's down here somewhere. Yeah, that guy did it. Oh, there it is. That's UK to you. That's Mr. UK to you. All right, hey man, it's past the hour.
Put a bullet in this.
That's weird. Don't forget, my name's Allan Aguirre. I'm your host here on the whatever, and you can buy the books here. And if you ever want to email me, please don't. But if you do, it's right there. And we do this on Monday over here. And then this is what you're doing right now. And hey, y'all have a great Hanukkah. You guys are gonna have a good Hanukkah, right?
Good Hanukkah.
We're actually going to be having a broadcast on Saturday night for our Hanukkah party.
We're gonna, and let me guess, on the Lamb Radio Video Network.
Well, yeah. I don't have to pay to be on this.
You wait. You don't have to pay to be on here?
No, sir.
What the heck? You don't have to pay to.
Let us reason together. Stands the Lord.
You're listening to Chameleon Church.
I have to pay a lot of money.
You're listening to Chameleon Church.
I'm paying dollars, not Canadian money.
You're listening to Chameleon Church. You're listening to Chameleon Church. Biblical Antidotes for the Modern Man. With your host, Allan Aguirre.
We are richly blessed to bring you what we believe is the fullest, most diverse, yet up-to-date progressive teachings, discussion, and prayer programming you can find anywhere on this planet. Be sure to take the tour of the MessianicLambRadio.com website. I'm Susan Hoogie, thanking you for joining us on the Messianic Lamb Video Network.